everyone, and welcome to a new vlog. We are going to be spending the week up at the cottage, or I should say the week. We're spending a few days, 3, maybe 4 days up there. And we are going to be staying with Scott's mum and one of my sister-in-laws, and then my other sister-in-law is staying at the main cottage that we're usually at, because their doggies don't get along, unfortunately. So I am looking forward to a few relaxing days. I've tried to balance my coursework with some time off, and luckily I was able to do that this weekend. I actually got to take the whole weekend off, and then I sat down at my desk yesterday and banged out both my assignments. But I am going to give myself some time away from it to really enjoy the company of everybody. So looking really forward to that. We just finished packing. Scott is finishing up his final work meeting of the day, which seems to be going on for a lifetime, but that's just what happens when you're excited to go do something. But we are gonna struggle a little bit. So the other day, Scott drove his dad to the airport. He's traveling for work, so we have his truck. So we're driving the truck back up to the cottage, but we're taking my car to get us home, because I can't drive stick, so I can't drive the Jeep. So we have to fit an obscene amount of stuff in my car because it all needs to come back. So yes, we could put all of it in the truck on the way up, but then we'd be struggling to get it home. So that's gonna be an interesting game of Tetris, because I have a Mazda 3 and it's not a hatchback, so that does pose problems for longer things. So I'm not quite sure how we're gonna get 2 sets of golf clubs, a sewing machine, and our baggage into my car and fit a second human for when we have to return. But that seems like a future S-squared problem. So we just heard from his mom, so she's all excited for us to come up, and so I love hearing how excited she is. So yeah, I am getting very, very warm because now I'm like running around my house carrying golf bags and all this other stuff. I was going to do my nails earlier, didn't get to it, so I've now packed that. I am sure there's something I'm forgetting. The sewing machine's a random one. My sister-in-law was like, please bring it up. No idea why. I didn't ask. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I had to remember the foot pedal and the power cord. Gonna go find a bag to put that in. And yeah, we'll be on our way. Good morning! I am being a passenger princess in my own car, which is very weird. This does not happen very often, but it's happening today. We are now in the car on the way to the Gravenhurst market, which we literally only go to once a year when Scott has a holiday in the summer. And we are going for a strudel, because the strudel lady is there. That's where she's always going to be, even though she betrays us at the other market. Peaches. And then the last couple years we went, there was, I think it's like the Crepe Sisters or the Sisters Crepe or something along that line, and they had fantastic crepes. But my mother-in-law was saying that they didn't see her or see them recently, so that'll be kind of sad if they're not there. But the weather is very, very nice. What's the car saying it is? 24?
I think it says hot.
I have like a bodysuit tank on. I just threw one of Scott's button-ups over it in case it was a little bit chilly. I'm not a thief. I packed this one all by myself.
You stole it from my closet.
I did not. Our closet.
My closet was open.
Surgical strike at the market. It doesn't seem nearly as big as it usually does. Like, there's definitely vendors that we recognize that we're missing. So no crepe girls, which is upsetting because now I don't have breakfast. But we got to the strudel lady, and we were concerned.
We got butter tarts too. We
got butter tarts, strudel, and then peaches for my mother-in-law. So one concern we had is the market opens at 9 and it's usually packed. So we waited a little bit longer to leave this morning. I thought my mother-in-law and sister-in-law were gonna join us, but they were sleepyheads, so they didn't join us. And so like, oh, we better get there soon, not gonna have any parking. And usually parking is a problem if you go a little bit later. But we got there like maybe 9:15, and there was like 6 spots available just on our one side. So parking was a breeze. And that's the only reason why I didn't drive, is I didn't think parking was gonna be a breeze, and I wanted Scott to have to deal with that. So I could have driven. But alas, we are cottage bound, and I am trying desperately to not start eating the strudel, because then it won't make it back.
just enjoying some sun. Scott's on a bike ride. His mom and sister are visiting his other sister at the main cottage. We already saw the baby earlier. He's so stinking cute. But I'm just enjoying the overcast, the sounds, and some relaxation.
I hope you're ready.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. It's been several days since I have picked up the camera. We were totally enjoying our time up at the cottage, spending time with his mom and his sisters. It was just fantastic. And books. I finished my book. We came home yesterday, early after, like, I guess we arrived by like lunchtime, before lunchtime we came home. And I sat down and finished my puzzle, which I'm gonna insert a clip here that I filmed when we left last week, so you can see the progress that I made yesterday. So I go through these waves of loving to do puzzles. I love puzzles. Scott, unfortunately, doesn't enjoy them. So if you guys have been following my Instagram recently, you will see that I bought myself a puzzle for my birthday. And it was a Harry Potter puzzle, and it's the largest puzzle I've ever done. It's 1,500 pieces. I've never done something that big. Thousands usually my max. And when we moved in, we kind of made this landing zone in the bottom of my basement stairs for puzzling. And I have gone to town in the last few days working on this puzzle, and I have not been able to detach myself. I'm staying up later than I want to because I am just so fixated on getting it done. So last night, I made leaps and bounds of progress, and I'm sure there's still like a ton of pieces to put in if you were to count them, but I feel so accomplished. So I'm gonna share with you guys just what I've been working on. All right, there it is in its full current glory. I'll show you guys the box if you haven't seen it on my Instagram stories and whatnot, but I love it. I love that it's a map. I think that was one of the reasons why I was so intrigued by it. I think there was 2 or 3 other Harry Potter puzzles at my Indigo when I saw this, but I don't know, it didn't really speak to me, and I don't know, I'm really trying to just pick puzzles that I want to kind of like show off. So I'm somebody who likes to frame puzzles, and so that's what I'm hoping to do with this. I'm so happy with it. So now I have to just find a frame. I'm hoping it's not going to be too awkward to size like some of the ones in the past have been. I'm also not sure how well you're going to hear me over the wind. As you can see, we have a topless Jeep today. We are going to go to a Simcoe Makers Market, which is happening the last Sunday of every month from June to October. And I just missed the last one because of my birthday and us being up north. And I only learned about it the day too late. So we're going to Allison. We're going to a farm in Allison that's hosting it. And it's the second year of this Makers Market. So I'm super excited. I just also got confirmation from the bestie that they are going to be coming up next weekend. So they're going to finally get to see the house and get to hang out. And I am so excited. And I have to spend the rest of my day finishing my course because tomorrow it finishes and I need to be done. So let's adventure on. Tuesday, everyone. I am just gonna round out the video here. I will say first off that I played with some makeup today. Now that my course is done, all that stuff is submitted, got home from the market and spent a good chunk of time on Sunday and then took a break. And then yesterday it was like go, go, go all day. I didn't think it would take me as long as it did, but I needed some mental breaks. So did what I needed to do to get it done. But we watched The Witcher last night. We have one final episode because Scott didn't want to stay up. I was not happy, but it is what it is. So stayed a little late, slept in, kind of just took today as a bit of a chill day. And I just was motivated to play with some makeup, and that's what I did. So it's a little bronzy moment. It was kind of inspired by the latte trend that I've seen here and there. It's tones that I don't gravitate for. It's a Morphe palette that I've owned for absolute eons and very rarely go into, and always tell myself I'm going to do it near autumn and then forget. So now I've played with it and it makes me happy. I'm trying out a lipstick, a liquid lip that I've owned for years again. It was given to me by a friend, but I just never wear it because it's brown. It just is so dark and I'm so pale. And as much as, I don't think you can tell here, but I'm actually tan. Tanned for my very pale self. So the brown is not really, I don't think it's really my color, but it was fun to play with. So I just wanted to kind of touch base, share that I'm in a slightly better place than I was last week when I posted last week's vlog. I definitely wouldn't say perfect, better. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you will stay around, subscribe, and I will see you guys in next week's video. See ya!